Hi, I'm Logan, and this is my performance evaluation assignment video. Today we're going to be talking about a previous math midterm that I took a couple weeks back. I received an 85 on this assignment, which was pretty good for what I expected. I mean, I was hoping to do well, feeling pretty good about the test, but getting an 85, it was a pretty short test, so I only missed a few questions to receive that grade, so I was pretty excited about that. So yeah, the next question is would I be satisfied with it or not? So I would definitely say I was satisfied and pretty happy with my results. I think that the grade definitely reflected the amount of time that I put into studying for the assignment, because I definitely was doing plenty of studying for hours the day before. I tried to get in as much studying as possible the day before, as well as a little bit of reviewing throughout the week before the midterm. But I prepared for this assignment multiple ways. One of the biggest ways that I prepared for my math midterm was the midterm study guide that was provided to us on the Math 112 website. And that was super helpful to me. I think that the study guide was a good reflection of the test, and that a lot of the key factors that were a part of the test were factors that were within the study guide, so it definitely reflected it pretty well. And then I also went over just some old homework assignments. I used my little Math 112 workbook that I have right here as well, just to kind of review some of the topics that we had learned, just to really make sure that they were instilled in my brain before the midterm. So yeah, that was kind of how I studied. Those were my studying strategies for the test. And I would say I probably studied for up to 3 or 4 hours the night before, as well as some reviewing throughout the week, like I had previously said. So during the assignment, when I actually took it, I definitely started going through the questions, and like I said, I felt like it was familiar. It was stuff that I had seen before, stuff that was on the study guide. So I definitely felt pretty prepared once I started on the test. There wasn't very many questions that I skipped or had to kind of really think about. A lot of the stuff was just, like I said, stuff that I had already seen before, stuff that I recognized from the study guide. So I definitely think the study guide was super helpful, being a accurate representation of what the test was going to look like. What did I do when I received my graded assignment? So when I received the 85, I looked back just to see exactly how many questions that was that I missed. I don't think it was any more than 3 or 4 questions, if I remember correctly, but went back to see what questions it was that I missed, and how many it was, just to really figure out my overall performance on the test as to what I felt like I was able to do with the test. So I think I performed pretty accurately to how I prepared myself. I think I was definitely ready for the test, and that I had done a decent amount of studying, and a appropriate amount in order to perform well on the test. So yeah, I think in the future I can definitely maybe do a little bit more reviewing throughout the week rather than just cram it all down to 3 hours the night before. I think other than resources such as the study guide, I can probably do a little bit more with going through notes and class assignments, homework, as well as the workbook that I referenced for the last test. I think I could do a little bit more of that for the next test, just because I mainly relied on the study guide for the last exam, which was very helpful, and ultimately was what I think earned me my grade. But I think that those extra little bits of resources that I have outside of the study guide are what will be able to move me from an 85 to a 95 or an 100. I mean, that's the ultimate goal here, is to be getting A's on all of my exams. So that would be my future plans, is just to go over the extra resources a little bit more than the study guide, and not be so heavily relying on that. But yeah, other than that, I was pretty happy with the grade I earned. I was satisfied, and I think that I did a appropriate job of studying in order to perform well on the test.